Hello everyone. Today, we're delving into the market landscape, NIO AI prediction, and key technical insights. Keep an eye on tomorrow GDP data and NIO AI impact. They could reshape NIO trajectory. Stay tuned for more. What's happening in the overall market, because we have a very important AI prediction for NIO, along with some new technicals and developments that will be crucial for NIO tomorrow. But before I delve into all this information, let me talk about the big data coming up for tomorrow. Let's take a look at NIO. NIO was up by 0.59% today. Now the question is whether this upward trend will continue or if it will remain flat. How the market starts tomorrow will depend on significant data and the overall mood of the market. For the market, we have GDP numbers coming in tomorrow morning, including the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter and the GDP price index. Additionally, initial job claims are also set to be released, and all of these updates will come in just an hour before the market opens. So we have some important data points for tomorrow. For the market, let's take a look at the potential impact of a new AI coming with NIO on September 26th. A new AI has emerged, and I believe it's from Coin Codex. This AI has projected NIO price to be around 8.25 by October 1st, which means there might be some downside risk once their deliveries are made. Deliveries are expected to arrive soon, although I'm not certain whether it will be directly on October 1st or perhaps on the 2nd. However, when these deliveries come through, we'll keep a close eye on how they influence NIO velocity. This could be significant. I also suggested that NIO could potentially return to 10.6 within a month, maybe even more, and their one-year estimate is around $34. It's quite challenging to provide a detailed forecast for 1 year, but let's take a look. I'm still bullish on NIO, but I can't predict with certainty where NIO will be at that time. NIO recently launched the NIO phone in China, featuring NIO signature design DNA and a flagship smartphone tailored for NIO users. This is not only good for their connectivity, but also for their growth and, importantly, for investors. NIO had a trading volume of 23 million, which was relatively flat. Not much was happening. And finally, according to Deutsche Bank, you should consider buying NIO. The price-to-earnings ratio is stable, and more data is coming in tomorrow, which will likely impact it. Lastly, let's talk about what's happening with NIO in terms of shorting. I just want to mention that NIO is still trying to balance around the 8.3 area, but it's relatively flat overall. There's a potential inverse head and shoulders-like pattern developing on the charts, which could be helpful for a better bounce because if you zoom out on the chart, apart from the drop to 7.5, you can see NIO attempting to trend upward with this inverse head and shoulders. I can't say this will be a perfect inverse head and shoulders, but there's potential for a bullish wedge, and NIO is technically supportive of creating higher highs, so I could see NIO attempting a breakout soon. But it depends entirely on the overall market because GDP numbers are also coming up. Right now, we're seeing a bullish divergence on SPI while it continues to decline, indicating readiness for a bounce. There's a chance that we might find support around 4.22, so we're watching for that. It might be the time when the market is gearing up for a bounce, and we might see a formation of an inverse head and shoulders after the GDP numbers. If we manage to break above 427.5 or the 20 EMA, there's a good chance the market will start moving towards 430 rapidly by Friday, and this could have a significant impact on NIO. If we manage this, there's potential for it to retest 250 soon, but we need to stay above 244 first. The market can still be influenced by various factors, and this is a real possibility we're observing to see if it can become a reality. If GDP numbers are higher year over year or quarter over quarter, it can be positive for the market. If these numbers are significantly lower, it's not favorable. Therefore, you want these numbers to be very close to 2.1%, as expectations suggest. In addition, the GDP price index is also important. You want it to be slightly lower than expectations, but not too much lower, so the market doesn't overheat. Initial drawable clamps are also significant, with expectations ranging between 215,000 and 205,000. It's essential to see how these numbers impact the market. Furthermore, Tomorrow, there will be some FE speakers, and pending home sales data is also coming in. The most significant data points will be released an hour before the market opens, and these numbers can influence market movements. Besides this, there will be some other FE speakers, and Jerome Powell will also speak, but he will speak after the market closes, so they may influence the opening of the market on Friday. The PCE is also an important economic indicator, but it will depend on what Powell says before that, so we will find out on Thursday. All these factors can have an impact on the market's movement, but in some cases, they may not bring about significant changes. Understanding and predicting any market can be challenging, so caution and research are important. I believe that, according to my perspective, there is still some potential. Right now, I want to talk specifically about NIO and how it can potentially impact the overall stock market. NIO seems to be getting stronger day by day, forming a bullish wedge pattern, which is why I see potential in it. I'm leaning towards the idea that NIO might take a bit more time, but it will attempt to break through and move above 8.8. Moreover, I think that if there's a bounce in the overall market, it could be quite supportive for NIO. I'm leaning in this direction, and I believe that NIO has some bullish momentum that could lead it towards a bounce. With this, I would like to say to all of you that you have heard, seen, and read, so let's see if NIO can go to this level. If NIO unfortunately falls, you are watching support at 8.2 and below it is 7.78. If that also breaks, it will start heading towards 7.5. I am leaning towards NIO bouncing, perhaps by maintaining the wedge, tightening up, and then attempting to move towards the $9 mark. Now keep an eye on the GDP numbers. See how the data is looking for tomorrow, and this can speak volumes for both NIO and the entire market. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.